Okay, now we should be back up and running after that delay. For those people that were not there for our restart, unfortunately I had a power outage. Apologies for that, and took me a while to get that sorted, but now we've got the stream going back up again, and we see eye contrast in P1 with Tinselman following, Kickbutt Kiwi hot on his heels as well on the soft tyre, and Plebs making a recovery drive that is worthy of championship status there after his drive through at the start, and he and eye contrast being the only ones without penalties at this stage of the race.
Yep, can confirm we are back up now. I can see on YouTube.
Wonderful.
So we're actually up.
Actually up. Plebs there, making that move on Kickbutt Kiwi. And that is elevated him up into the podium positions. Yeah.
Even into P2 with that penalty of Tinselman.
Yeah.
Since we had been missing from the last time, we may have seen a DNF from Chronic Saint and potentially a safety car about 14 laps ago that we might have missed, but that is all speculation and just looking at what's happened. So it's possible there was no safety car and they kept continuing on. Pretty sure everybody is on their tyres that they will take to the end at this point now, so it'll just be a sprint to the finish.
Yeah, it does certainly look like that, and for some of those guys on really worn tyres, such as really old tyres compared to the newer tyres, such as Scotty, and he's started to drop a little bit from the other guys, although he's just keeping in there within DRS with Kickbutt Kiwi on those. He's got very old soft tyres.
Yeah, those softs will start feeling pretty rubbish very soon, I think.
So that extra pit stop may not have been such a bad idea from Alex Pato. He did concede that top position, but he's going to be moving along quite nicely on the tyres. He does have the fastest lap currently.
Was he in second? Is that right?
He was, yes. I think he was in second, and he pitted for he had those one soft tyres, but he's going to be flying along now. And he's already got him to the back of the pack ahead. So that call has left him a lot of work, but his tyres are going to be mighty fine compared to all the other guys.
I think he'll be in a great spot. How many penalties does Alex Pato have? 3 seconds, okay.
Not as bad as the others.
I'd be thinking he'll be making a podium from there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he's aiming for and what he wants to see. Another fight here with Antra and Crazy Kiwi. And look, we've only lost 5 drivers this race, which is a lot less than previous races. It's definitely this little tight battle here. As you see, he's caught up so much time now into the back of this group, and he's going to cut his way through this group of cars, especially if they're going to be fighting with each other, which it does look like. As Kickbutt Kiwi's making a move on Plebs on the inside onto the last corner before the final straight, and that has also allowed, that's a terrible camera angle, but it's also allowed Scotty to make it through, and it's cost him 2 positions. Do you see that? What happened? My power went out, Buster. Apologies for that. We had a huge power outage, and it took me a long time to get the stream, to get the power back and get the stream going again, so apologies for that.
Luckily, we are back for the last 10 laps, basically, to
which
finish off this race.
Have been the best laps in every race so far, with a straight sprint on all the previous weekends that we've had.
Alex Pato just coming up to the back of Plebs now.
It's this group here. Be very careful not to make any. They've gone 62 laps now. A bit of fatigue will be starting to kick in. They're just going to want to make sure these moves are nice and clean, especially with these guys squabbling with each other, and this Alex being on such much fresher tyres than these other guys. So
there he goes.
A little bit careful.
Yeah, he's going to make sure he doesn't get damaged, and he really should have the opportunity to be challenging for the lead of this race after pitting from P2.
Plebs is not conceding that position. He's got the inside there.
Plebs has just got another penalty.
He's got that's his first penalty.
Well, he thought track
not
position
ideal.
over 3 seconds.
Yeah,
yes, brings him back into the play.
Yes, that's my fault. That power got, well, it's not my fault, but that is unfortunate. These things happen, I guess, from time to time. Usually we're pretty stable over here, but yeah.
He definitely has some work to do here, Alex Pato, but just needs to clear some of these cars and get a run.
Yeah, I mean, without that penalty that he didn't have before, maybe it would have been slightly wiser to concede the position, let Alex Pater fight the other guys and maybe pick up some positions from that. And, you know, Plebs would have had no penalties, but, you know, that's hindsight is a wonderful thing. We'll see how this...
Maybe go back onto the tyre, the amount of laps. And there
Alex
he goes.
Pater has lost it. That's completely ruined his chances of... yeah, that's unfortunate for him, having come such a... We see that time and time again. The fatigue
just wanted to push.
Yeah, and the fatigue tends to build in a little bit after almost 70 laps. You know how long these guys have been racing, almost 2 hours. Yeah, it's a skill in itself, keeping everything together all the way through. Yeah, these guys are going to fight right to the end.
He seems to have got that car going again though, and won't have any damage at least. So
yeah,
okay, see if he can catch up again.
Looking for a move here on the inside in the second chicane. He gets it done.
But we've got a better exit for Scotty there. He might be trying to get that back. Upset Pleb's got... Oh no, they both got DRS.
They've both got DRS from the car in front. I too thought the lobby had crashed, but then I realised it was my power.
A lobby crash at that point in the race would be...
Devastating.
Devastating. I don't know what you would do. Take the positions of that time and do a 25% race to finish or something? I have no idea. But luckily, we haven't had to worry about that.
Yes, and we're back towards the final laps of action between these guys. Scotty just dropping a little bit off the back there. Yeah, he is Tinselman. Props to him. He's been in it. He's been just in there, just lurking a little bit, and he's just made just a, you know, great, made a great move. Ooh, that's right in the back there, Plebs of Kickbutt Kiwi. Yeah, Tinselman just doing a fantastic drive, just keeping it clean. He does have a few penalties in there, and when I say a few, I mean 9 seconds worth of penalties. So he might lose on that podium position if he's not careful. He's going to want to try and pull out a bit of a gap and hope that Plebs and Scotty get caught up fighting Kickbutt Kiwi, who also has 9 seconds of penalty, so he's going backwards regardless.
Yeah. Plebs will be looking to get this pass done as soon as possible so he can try and catch up to Tinselman for that second place.
Yep, they're sort of right on the edge of that 9 seconds at the minute. He doesn't want to be losing too much more time. He's got about a second leeway to play with.
We'll expect Plebs to make a move down the straight here. And Alex Pato has already made up 3 seconds since that spin last lap. So I expect him to come back into play right at the end of this race. Maybe not challenging right for those top positions, but potentially fighting for a podium.
Honest crook, and there you go. Plebs through the last chicane. Yeah, penalties are going to be a big decider here. Honest crook there having a look at Albino Josh into the hairpin, not getting the move done there, but I'm sure he's going to have a go down the back straight. They're going to be close enough. Certainly got a lot of overspeed on there on Albino. He is on the super fresh soft tyres and he gets the move done with relative ease. And these boys still back to back, fighting right to the very end. And yeah, well, they can all see their penalties now, and it is going to change the order quite a lot. Alex Pato now also catching up to the back, and he'll probably gain a few positions from those penalties. But Plebs will start closing the gap now to Tinselman, and Kickbutt Kiwi is going to want to keep right on the back of him as much as he can, and to not lose any more time.
Also interesting where Scotty is sitting as well. He'll be, if Plebs can move up the field a bit, they might actually advantage Scotty. He'll be trying. Well, actually, no, that's a bit of a stretch. We'll see. We'll see. He's got 6 seconds, which is slightly different to some of those around him with 3 and 9. Of course, I contrast an excellent drive as usual. No penalties as of yet, so very, very clean by him, and he's led the majority of this race as well.
Yep, Scotty just holding on back there. I think he's still got a lot of pace in those medium tyres, even though they are a bit on the worn side. But yeah, Alex Pato easily making up that time that from his spin, and he'll be ruining that mistake because he could have been up so much further. It's quite interesting actually. Plebs hasn't really closed the gap on Tinsel Man, and he's really got to keep that within that 9 second, or he's gonna.
Yeah,
Oh, I just realised Plebs got 3 seconds anyway.
So he's got another 2 seconds to make up if he wants to get P2. Well, another 1.8 seconds. And Alex Pato has just caught up, so he'll be within DRS very soon.
Will restart, basically.
Restart with 3 laps remaining. It's going to be a very, very tense finish for that 3rd spot and 2nd spot on the podium.
Yeah, I think they're fighting just for bragging rights here now. Regardless of the penalties, I don't think they're bothered about those. They just want to have finish ahead of this pack after such a long battle.
That's right, the on-track pride of finishing ahead even though you get relegated.
Well, you never know, they might try and remove some of those penalties. We didn't obviously catch every single misdemeanor, and if you get one removed, then that might make a huge difference in your finishing position. Scotty's still right on the back of Keeper Kiwi. Just, yeah, he's done a really good job on those tyres, 40 laps old, and it will be.
That is a mammoth stint on those mediums. You'd think they'd be dropping off right now, but yeah, he's keeping up really well. But Alex Pato behind him, if he drops too much, time to keep up Kiwi, oh, here we go. Alex Pato might be having a look down the inside, yes. And Scotty's giving him the room on the outside there.
He's got that done pretty easy. He's going to still get the DRS, and he might make a double.
Yeah,
try and make a
double overtake, yeah. We'll see.
It's a little bit too far back.
But he might get this moved on after the Wall of Champions. Yeah, this could be interesting.
Very close to the back of him into the chicane.
Yeah, he'll be looking to pass here, I think, with that DRS.
The DRS.
And Kickback Kiwi leaves
Goes around to the outside instead.
Ooh, he's outbraked himself a little bit there. And Kickback Kiwi leaves room so he can come back onto the trap.
Scotty's just having a look in the background there. They're going to go side by side now into the first chicane. He's got the inside, so he's going to hold on to that position, is Alex. And good job there from him, recovering from that spin. Scotty also having a look. Now, whose tyres would you rather be on? Kickbutt Kiwi's 29 old lap softs or Scotty's 40 lap old mediums? That's a real question.
I think the mediums for me. They both feel like garbage, but I'm going to say 40 lap old mediums would be my preference.
I think I would agree with you on that one. He is going to get DRS though, he's Kickbutt Kiwi.
And Alex Pato is now going off into the distance. He's got some catching up to do.
Yep. So with those penalties...
He's sitting P3 at the moment.
He might just sneak in on Tinsel.
And he'll be challenging Plebs as well. Now that Plebs doesn't have that.
Yeah, he's not going to want to fight though. He's going to want to try. He's on the edge of that 9 second. Oh no, he's got 3. I keep forgetting he's got a 3 second penalty.
And so does and so does Plebs. So they're both going to make up 1.6 seconds. That will be very, very interesting.
But yeah, these guys. We'll just keep an eye on those penalties for the end. This is definitely going to have a deciding factor. But Scotty just on the back of this Alpine is really going to probably be sick of watching the back of this Alpine. And he finally is getting past down here. And the problem is now the Alpine is going to get the DRS down the main straight.
Well, I think Scotty is just doing that for pride because he knows he'll be winning with the slight difference in penalties there as well. And back to this camera angle, which is very useful.
And we are now going to also see eye contrast coming around the last corner. He has run an absolutely clean, perfect race, and he comes home to take the win in Canada.
Well done.
Fantastic race from him, no penalties. Tinsel Man there coming in second. Let's see if he holds on to
Looks like
that.
He's held on.
Left across the line.
Does, and Alex Pato almost makes it up there, 4/10 behind.
So close behind that. But yeah, Tinselman doing a fantastic job there. Just, outdoing those other guys who really seemed like they were in as a good chance of winning. And Plebs rounding off the podium in P3. Alex Pato P4, Scotty P5. A good, still strong finish for him, and a good finish for the AlphaTauri boys in 5th and 7th, with Delayed in 7th. Kickbutt Kiwi in 6th in the Alpine. Crazy Kiwi comes across the line in P8 with Honest Crook just behind him, hassling him all the way to the line P9. Albino Josh in P10. Anthro, P11, Snickers Bud, P12, Twitch Liddy. And everyone does score points today as well, as we lost 5 drivers, unfortunately, which I think is the least that we've had so far, right? I think...
Yeah, that's right. And as Blackman said, our top 15 drivers will score points rather than the standard top 10. It's just to bring things a little bit closer in the championship standards, then make sure that everyone's doing the best they can to finish all the time.
Yeah, I'm just a bit scared my power went out again then.
Well, the stream continues at this stage, so...
Yes, hopefully we can take you to the end here with a final rundown of the positions.
Fastest lap for Alex Beto as well.
Yeah, so he's going to get an extra point from that, so good job for him on the soft tyres at the end there. Yeah, just to finish rounding off the rest of the drivers down, we have Albino, Josh, Anthro, Snickers Bud, Twitch Liddy, Dan the Racer, his debut here in P14th, and Kavudi in 15th, what could have been for him. 5 DNFs, Chronic Saints, Ferrari Pro, Noah loves to make his life difficult for himself. Oz Formula, that's a real shame from him. Having started from the back, he was really looking to make up some positions from there. And Combat Wombat, our first DNF of the race. So, thank you for bearing with us after all of our ups and downs. We got off to a good start, but then obviously with the power issues and everything. And we will hopefully see you all again next time, where we will be in Spa, one of my favourite tracks, and I cannot wait for that. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for Josh for being here and co-commentating with me.
No worries.
And we'll see you all next week.